Yo, Coach.
Yeah.
Real talk. How you feel about Fivio Foreign, man? This nigga talking heavy about 21 Savage.
Oh, nah.
And then there's an audio that I'm about to play with Mace talking about, yo, Fabi, you was scared of the G's. They had you shook daddy. Your karma caught up to you. You lined up Pop Smoke. You lined up T-Dot Woo.
Oh,
your whole
God.
crew already confirmed it. Let's really be honest. This nigga backdoor Pop Smoke. That nigga Fivio was a Chappelle victim number 2. And the funny thing is, Pop put the bitch on this nigga at the Barclays, yo.
Yeah.
That's why he backdoored him. And not only that, he tried to throw shots at the G's, talk about Breeze Blicky and Tutu and Nas turned stone, right?
Yeah.
So he trying to take shots, knowing that when the G's called Fivio in Atlanta, nigga shot him in the ass. And he almost went gooey sauce. Knowing that nigga got dropped off Columbia, knowing that got robbed in Chicago for the chain.
Like,
Shorty on no jumper, rocking his chain, right? His homie said he a plate in his own hood. Out here running around with an EBT card, high off of Perkies, high off of fentanyl. Niggas was sleeping on a pissy air mattress in New Jersey in a studio apartment. The police don't even want to walk in that motherfucker. That's how nasty that shit is. The bitch back in the jet, and this nigga's on the fucking record talking like he wasn't ducking smoke. Please, Coach, please let the people know how Mace was trying to put this nigga on stage and he was scared of the G's.
I don't really want to go into this, but I mean, we here, so let's address it. I booked the show for them to come out to Phoenix. Some kid named 22 G's and CoachDaGhost, I believe, was on the show. I didn't know who those guys were at the time. Today I know who they are. They just didn't show up at the show. So then they didn't show up to Phoenix for the festival.
Who didn't show up? 22 G. Who didn't show up?
Fivio and them.
Okay.
They didn't show up.
Okay.
So then they had another show the next day with the kid 22 G's. They didn't show up. I'm thinking I'm doing my job because I'm putting them on stuff with other drill artists. I'm not in that scene. So I don't know that these guys really got smoked together. So they don't show up.
I mean, shout out to me, shout out to the other dude too. I feel like, he's a decent artist, whatever the case may be, but he's a very smart individual because I would have been scared of me at that time also. You know what I'm saying? Like, because the energy that he was putting out there, he didn't even know me. You know what I'm saying? And, you had Kodak Black, he had the Diamond Live tour. I was on that tour with him with the likes of, 22 G's. That was, whatever he had going on, I was there. I was there the whole entire time, that whole tour. So I was soaking in all the energy. Everybody know the vibrations, you know what I'm saying? So if I was him at that very particular moment, I would have been scared of me too because it's like, damn, I'm over here dissing this young man. He's from Brownsville. He's not playing. He's not. You could see it in the person's eyes, and then when you do your research, everything is panning out. He's coming back with good receipts about me. So if I was him at that time, I feel like that was good movement. It's a thin line between being tough and being stupid. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta be smart. So at that specific time, in that specific time and space, he did the best thing that he was supposed to do, you heard, which was not go.
Hey, yo, check this out, man. It's the most infamous in the fucking America. The most infamous in the fucking world. We got Dog P, the H, and I C. So right here, you checking out RapMatic, nigga. Get it right, nigga. Get it fucked up, nigga. Get it right, nigga. One.
An incarcerated individual at New York City Department of Correction. This call is not private. It will be recorded and may be monitored for law enforcement purposes.
Yeah, the whole scene was spiritual, you heard. Respectfully, like, the shit been viral since day one, you heard. So I've been rapping, so, with people around me, you know what I'm saying? You had people like my cousin Ray and certain people that was around me that we used to rhyme. This is what we used to do before I even went to Brownsville. Then from Brownsville, once I moved to Brownsville, that's where I'm from, you know what I'm saying? So I got somewhere I was born, and I got raised in Brownsville. In Brownsville, I got together with my friends that I grew up with, and all we used to do was rap. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else basically copied and pasted whatever came out of Brownsville. You know what I'm saying? at the time, you know, we was young kids. I'm gonna say this probably go back as far as like 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was definitely misunderstood. You get what I'm saying? And you know, I didn't, you know, put out energy that I'm not proud of. Fast forward the story, we was rapping. I got locked up. You know what I'm saying? And in 2010, I was 16 years old. I got locked up for a couple shoes and a couple guns. I came home 6 years later. But the whole time, my plan was to do music. So I had a love for music since day one. My love for music is eternal, and it will never end. It will never stop. I love music. You know what I'm saying? So when I came home in 2016, I wanted to do music. I just didn't know how to do it. So I came home in the middle of everybody that had something going on around that time in Brooklyn. You had 22Gs. You had the Nas Blicky, all the little bros that was around at that time. They had shit going on, you heard? So I immediately got on the scene. You know what I'm saying? Even other dude that's throwing soul and he traumatized. You had him. He had a lot of shit going on around that time. You know what I'm saying? The rapper that had the dildo situation going on. He had a lot of emotion at that time. You heard? So it was a lot going on. What I did was, that was 2016. So what I did was I sat down, I analyzed the whole situation, and I realized that I needed to do something different. I had to know how to make a song, because I always had bars, but I didn't know how to make a song. You get what I'm saying? So that's where the whole journey got different, because once I learned how to make a song, I was able to make a hook, a chorus, with some catchy bars. That's when it all got put together, you heard? But around 2019, they kept locking me up in 2018. So I caught 3 parole violations in 2018. First I did 90 days. I came home for about 29 days. I went back for 4 months. Came home for 5 days. Went back for 5 months. They kept locking me up, right? So in my mind, I'm like, damn, I just gave them 6 years. On top of the 11 months I just gave them, I gotta do my music. They trying to stop me from doing my music. So what I did, well, I came up with a crazy plan. And the plan worked. But I don't advise anybody that's listening to this, I don't want no kids listening to this plan, because it's a crazy plan, you heard? And at the time, I was in a certain type of mind space. I'm like, all right, look, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cut the ankle bracelet off. I'm gonna go on the run for parole, and I'm gonna do my music. I'm not gonna commit no crimes. I'm not gonna be out there doing anything violent. I'm gonna just go to the studio. I'm running to go to the studio. I'm running to do music videos. I'm running so that I can fulfill my dream. You get what I'm saying? And that's what I did. So I cut the bracelet off. I started going to the studio 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night. You know, the times when parole was not allowing you to go outside. And from then, you know, I collaborated with the young man. We made the song, the Wu Case at the time, whatever. When I was on that low vibration, but it was a crazy time. It was a good time at that time. But I was on the run the whole time from parole, the whole entire time. So 2019, this is when, you know, Kodak Black had the Diamond Lip tour. I was on that tour with him, with the likes of, you know, 22Gs. That was whatever he had going on. I was there the whole entire time, that whole tour. So I was soaking in all the energy. And this was when I realized that I wanted to do it for myself. You know what I'm saying? Once I'm seeing niggas like Kodak rock the show and do certain shit, I'm like, this is what I want for myself. So that was 2019. Fast forward the story, I was able to make certain connections around that time. So when I made a song in 2020, this shit just took off out of nowhere, because I felt like that was my time and that was my calling. Even though it was negative time and all that, it still was a good time to be alive. You know what I'm saying? So I capitalized on the opportunity and I went up. And then, you know, it was just a blessing. But the whole time I was on the run. From parole, of course. You know what I'm saying? Then while me and Gucci Mane, whatever the case may be, he don't know none of this. He don't know what's going on. You know, I'm not really a talker. I'm a quiet dude. I don't like talking a lot. So I'm meeting him. You know, I'm around everybody that I was supposed to be around. And the whole time, the police are looking for me. You know what I'm saying? So that shit didn't last too long. You get me? So what I was supposed to do was turn myself in for the parole violation. Because if I didn't turn myself in for the parole violation, then they would have never found a reason to basically wrongfully convict me of the crimes that, you know, they wrongfully convicted me of. So now it's like, all right, bet. Everything is in full motion. Now, Gucci Mane drops me from 1017. I'm still lit, though. Because I'm not ever depending on one man. Like, I know the power that we hold within. So in my mind, I'm like, all right, bet. I'm going to keep on going. I'm going to keep on striving. I'm going to keep on making music. I dropped Gooey Sauce after that. When I dropped Gooey Sauce, I wasn't even 1017 no more. That's what people don't even know. After I dropped Gooey, when I created Gooey Sauce, I was still 1017. When I dropped the song in the video, I was no longer a part of that group. You know what I'm saying? But I kept on going. You feel what I'm saying? Because you can't stop. You can't let no circumstances, no situation allow you to stop. You know what I'm saying? So even though I didn't understand why he dropped me, I didn't understand. He didn't know. He didn't know I was in the wrong parole. I didn't tell him. You get what I'm saying? I don't know who told on me, whatever the case may be, because a couple other people know, but he didn't know. So I didn't understand. I still want to know. Like, I'm I'm saying? I feel like I need that closure. But at the time, Atlantic Records picked me up. I got signed to Atlantic Records. I got like re-signed again because they saw the potential, and I kept on going. The whole time on the run, shooting videos, all that whole every video that I ever created was me on the run. You was looking at somebody that was not allowing a situation or a circumstance to stop them from pursuing their dreams. That's what y'all saw. Y'all saw a history being made. Y'all saw somebody that was determined, that was motivated. You get what I'm saying? That didn't let or allow anything to stop them. What's going on right now with me is a product of my thoughts and the energy that I was putting out there through my music. Yeah, I'm wrongfully convicted, but that doesn't mean that, I may not have dissed a couple people or projected negative energy to other people. And, you read what you sow. But I had a lot of negative energy. So watch your energy and watch, the things that come out your mouth and the thoughts that come in your head. I'm going to have to get straight into it, and I'm going to have to keep that positive energy. Shout out to the dude, Pop Smoke. At the end of the day, you get what I'm saying? He did a lot for the culture. He made Brooklyn look good. He made New York City look good. So whatever differences we might have had, because we ain't had that much. Like, he passed away at 20. I was already like 25, 26. So we was in 2 age categories. So God bless his soul. I'm saying I don't have nothing bad to say about him. At the end of the day, he did a lot of good things for the community as far as making everybody see that anything is possible. As far as making everybody see that you would go from, a young man or poverty in the streets of Brooklyn, New York, to being a superstar. So whatever happened with him in his past, behind whatever he had going on, I don't got too much to say about that because that wasn't me and that wasn't on the minds that surpassed him with anything to him. So I don't take credit, you get what I'm saying, for things that, I didn't do or I don't know no knowledge about. But on the other hand, even in the future, with all the remaining, rappers or influential people that's in New York or Brooklyn or whatever the case would be, hopefully one day, we could do something great and come together. Now, if we can't do that, then we ain't got to beef either. We ain't got to have a negative energy toward each other. We ain't got to do all of that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, the dude that you said, the foreign dude, he was going through a lot of trauma, and that same trauma he used to, I guess, do whatever he wanted to do for himself. But I don't know him either. Once again, he don't know me. So all of that shit was strictly entertainment, and it was only that. It wasn't really streets going on. It wasn't nothing really going on. So, like, fast forward the story, when the tables was turned and I had a lot going on, and I was, introducing people to their favorite rappers, and I had a lot of motion going on. Everybody was on their best behavior, you know what I'm saying? But little did I know, I had a couple snakes in the grass that, wanted to beat me or wanted to be in my spot or whatever the case may be. And, you reap what you sow. So what these dudes don't know is if they just focus on what they got to focus on and stay consistent with their frequencies, then maybe they could achieve the unachievable. Maybe they could be great, and maybe they could be these people that they trying to pretend they are. You know what I'm saying? But it's actually upsetting in a way because I help dudes. You heard? Like, respectfully, I give advice. I do whatever I can do to extend my hand and watch anybody try to be successful or anything, but their approach was wrong. You know what I'm saying? Instead of trying to build, they're trying to destroy. Instead of trying to uplift, they want to down throw. You know what I'm saying? But right now, they're trying to take advantage of the algorithm and mention my name because they know they might get a couple views and stuff like that. But like I said, they would not tell me if the circumstances was any different. I'm talking about even right before I put trial, this wasn't going on. Because even when they thought I was coming home, they wasn't playing with me. They waited. They were strategic. They waited for me to get convicted. I don't be convicted before they playing with my name. You get what I'm saying? That's the part that is just like, all right, bet. But I'm prayed up, and once again, no weapon formed against me is going to prosper. I'm just mad they don't know better. You know what I'm saying? Because if this was a different universe or a different time, we could have been cool friends. We could have been building, we could have been putting things together. But instead, they want to destroy. And if they continue on a path of negativity, then they might soon see that everybody's not meant to be played with. Some people God don't play about, and some people, you gotta just leave people alone. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want to destroy, I gotta go somewhere else with that. You heard? Like, we've been there and done that. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I was doing features with the bros. I had niggas around, Gucci Man, Little Baby, Offset dudes. Not the name dropping none of that, but I had people around their favorite rappers. You heard? So I never got a piece of the fame or the spotlight and kept it to myself. I always had dudes in the studio for free with my studio budget. I always had niggas in the videos. I give a nigga the clothes off my back, you heard? Like, that's just who I am, you know what I'm saying? I'm a tourist, you know what I'm saying? So I do nothing but spread love and do the most I can do, you know what I'm saying? But if I can't do it, I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? So certain people mad at me because they didn't get features or whatever the case may be. But, you know, at the time, you know, I had what I had going on. I had to focus on what I had to focus on. But I definitely was showing a lot of love. I was extending my hand. I was definitely in bed with a couple demons, and I was definitely had a lot of snakes around me. You know what I'm saying? And I still was playing the game. I know a lot of people were snakes, but you know, at that time I was on low frequency also, so I was enjoying the moment. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really care. I'm a time travel with y'all right now. 2020, we in Atlanta is active. You get what I'm saying? For the record, you heard, I don't got no authority or position, or I'm not nobody of any type of status to take anybody out of anything, you heard? So I was actually out my mind around that time, you know what I'm saying? At the same time, though, I could tell a nigga that he got choked at the time, you know what I'm saying? When I was on that frequency, I can say that. But as far as anything else, I ain't got that authority, you heard, to tell everybody that they can't be doing anything with their life besides getting away from me. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of goofies around me, you know what I'm saying? There was a lot of niggas that was manifesting the negative energy. And at the time, I was probably about, 25, 26 years old. I'm saying I was undefeated around that time. I mean, by undefeated, I was in the streets, and once again, I had a clean record. So I didn't want negative energy that somebody else was putting out there to come back to me, you heard? Because it wasn't happening to me, respectfully, you heard? It's not a human being on earth right now. I'm not saying that I'm untouchable. I'm very touchable. I'm half human also. But at the time, the energy was consuming, and I felt like it would have got the best of me if I ain't separate myself from certain individuals, you heard? Because niggas is negative, niggas ain't positive, niggas ain't no shit either, respectfully. Like, you know how you got them dudes that's not positive, but they still not on shit? Like, it's tricky. So it was a lot of that going on. Like, you're not positive, but you're not on that either. It was spiritual. That had nothing to do with me. That had something to do with him and his God. You know what I'm saying? I guess he wasn't fulfilling the obligation that he had to fulfill. That had nothing to do with me, you heard? If anything, I want to see a nigga win. I want to see a nigga do good. You know what I'm saying? I think the dude is a good artist. You know what I'm saying? Or a good rapper, because the artist is different. Like, he don't know how to make songs for real. He just know how to put the bars together. And I was trying to teach and uplift and basically enlighten him on those type of things. And that's where we really didn't see eye to eye. So now, right now, that time when all the shenanigans was taking place, he definitely wasn't in Brownsville. Respectfully, you feel what I'm saying? He was somewhere in the Bronx. I already had the word. And, you know, he was playing little trolling games, you heard? He wasn't in Brownsville, you heard? Like, he wasn't in my community talking like that, you heard? He's a troll, you heard? I get it. Like, you got certain people like that, you know, he's similar to 6ix9ine. They troll and they basically get the views of trolling, but at the same time, it's a time to say something, but it's also a time when you got to answer to that energy you put out. So I was mad for him. I was mad that he was next to me and he had potential, but I was also mad that he was wasting that potential. You know what I'm saying? I was mad that he was wasting the potential talking about, you know, certain situations or certain people that, you know, sometimes you gotta just let certain things take its course. But let me rephrase that. I wasn't mad that he was next to me and had the potential. I was mad that he was next to me and had the potential and he was letting it go to waste. You know what I'm saying? So instead of being in the studio, instead of doing certain shit, trying to make a hit record, he was around doing weird shit. You know what I'm saying? And to each his own. You know what I'm saying? Because there's certain people that will allow that to continue or allow that to be in their universe, but I wasn't going for you, heard? Like, I'm not about to sit here and play these games. You're not about to sacrifice me. You're not playing none of those games, you heard? Like, respectfully. Shout out to one of the best doing it. Shout out to RapMatic, you know what I'm saying? Tune in, tap in, like and subscribe. I know the vibes. I'm jacking that. And basically, I'm jacking everybody. And if you're not jacking me, then just stay away from me, you heard? I'm jacking that. Right about now, you got people like, you know, you got people like my boy Mr. K, they out there doing their things, you know what I'm saying, with the whole Push and Peace movement. And I commend them, you heard. And yeah, I'm pushing positivity, I'm pushing peace, I'm pushing all of it. Anything I got something to do with high frequency and uplifting the people and enlightenment, that's what I'm pushing, bro. But, most definitely, nobody can talk for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm still alive, so yeah, I don't want no corny niggas to talk for me. You heard? No low operational beings that's just stuck on negativity. I don't really need nobody talking to me. You heard? If you want to speak to me, you heard? Make sure that your frequency is high. You speaking love, you speaking light, you speaking positivity. You heard? Because I don't need none of that energy. I'm saying I don't want that around me. I had that around me too long. I was born in the dark, bro. So it took about 30 years just to get out that cycle. You know what I'm saying? So now I don't want no corny niggas speaking for me. A lot of these dudes is lying anyway, respectfully. You know what I'm saying? They don't know me. We probably never even smoked blood together, and if we did, that's as further as it went. They talk, we live it. Stars the limit. I'm not picking and choosing who I'm pushing peace with. I'm not. And for the record, I've been on this journey for about 3 to 4 years now. It ain't happened as soon as I came out today, because I've been up there about 6 months. So this journey for me started in 2022, 2023, when I was on Rikers Island living with everybody that I wasn't supposed to be living with. I done been living with every organization that's in New York. I done been in the housing area with. You know what I'm saying? And I made peace with a lot of people before I even came up. But you know what it is? It's like they still looking at me like, well, that's boy that was running around going crazy. Well, it ain't him, you heard? But look though, please understand that it's taking a lot. It's taking a lot in me just to control this dark side, you heard? It's taking a lot. Like, it's a constant fight, it's a constant battle every day, day to day, spiritual warfare. It's taking a lot for me to be able to tame that dark side, tame that person that they really want to see, you heard? Because I'm about to be 32 and maybe nothing has happened to me, but things have happened to people around me, people close to me, you know what I'm saying? So I feel bad when things like that happen. I start feeling like, damn, like, why, God, like, why is it not happening to me? This happening to people close to me. He's not even, he wasn't even like that, you know what I'm saying? So I start feeling bad. So it's like, now I want to be able to feed the people something good. I want to give them soul food, bro. They need food for their soul. I don't want to give them what they want. They want demon time. I don't want to give them that. That's not good for them. I want to give them soul food. I want to give them something good that they're going to be able to, share with others and they're going to be able to grow from. So yeah, that's what's going on. I'm pushing peace, positivity for everybody, bro. That doesn't mean I'm going to let a nigga punch me in my face respectfully, but I got my faith in God, and since I had my faith and since I surrendered, I mean, that has happened. And if it does, I got all right to defend myself. Now I got all right to show you that side that you want so bad. But until then, I'm chilling.
You have 1 minute left.